Okay, hey guys, did anybody bring any paper? You should always have some kind of notepad when you're in the shop, guys. Okay. On these extern engines, right? We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them on this side, correct? Okay. So, with your engine, you need to look at your serial number and your arrangement number and match it up with this information that's in these packets. Now, these packets, let's keep them at your table. And in these packets, right? If you go to work for them, they're going to know who worked on this engine. Well, they're going to know it was OSU that worked on it. So if something happens to it, that's where it's going to come back to us. Oh yeah, them guys at OSU, they don't know what they're doing. Okay, so this is a built with pride. It even says down there, built with pride by OSU. Okay, all the information's on there that you need. Now, you have a job request form. And on that job request, remember I told you you're going to have a job number? Okay, well your job number's on here. Whenever you come into the classroom and you say, Charlie, I need these parts and I need these parts and I need these parts, okay? I have to have a description and a Caterpillar part number along with the job number, okay? So I have to have the serial number, the arrangement number, and the job number every time you email me this. If you don't, I will send it back to you. And you're going to say, what's up? Okay? You have to start remembering this, okay? Reason they have this, and what the accountants are going to do is they're going to look at how much it's costing extern to send those engines here. Okay? Because if it's not profitable, then they're not going to want to do it, right? Because they have shipping that they have to that they're paying for, and the parts. Now, almost 99% of the labor is done here. 1% done at the machine shop. Okay?
Let's see, Charlie, start off just by actually maybe saying the words like the PACE scholarship. Just use that somewhere in there. Helps fund these guys behind me here, and here's why it's helpful to the industry and to them too.
Okay.
So I'm ready. You got some young men behind you, and how are they sponsored here, and what is it that sponsors them, and how does that help the industry?
Well, the 6 young men that are behind me, they are sponsored by a group of companies that have come together and formed a group called PACE. And what that is doing is that is enabling them to locate young men and young women in the areas that they need technicians in. And what PACE will do is they will interview these young men and young women, and if they meet the criteria, then PACE will sponsor them in full for the 2 years that they're here, along with supply them roughly about a $6,000 set of tools to use while they're in school, and then once they graduate and they maintain a certain GPA, those tools are theirs. So basically what this does is this allows these students to come to OSU and go to school for free.
Have you got any feedback from the students about how it's helping them out? Or how
Yeah, the students all appreciate it. They most of them wouldn't have been able to come to the school. Okay. The PACE students, if it weren't for the PACE group sponsoring them, would not have been able to come to school due to financial reasons on the most part. Most students, you know, if they can go to school close to home, they'll do it to help save mom and dad money, but you know, this program isn't offered anywhere else but here at OSU. To get their 2-year associate's degree in applied science, they have to come here.
It's a lot easier to pull up. Come on, Woogie. Hey, put the breaker on it, or the cheater pipe. So when you pull these out, let that dry before you.
keep coming.
Yeah.
I get it.
Those both long.
Groups and areas. And I know you went to Walmart yesterday, but so what I want you guys to start doing just in front of here is actually organizing your tables here. Ready. I'll be right back because I got to put this stuff up. Okay, what you can do is open up your toolboxes and right there. And what you can do is
Are you guys going to get in your toolboxes? When they get in, I want to get a picture of them opening their boxes and getting their tools out. Where would that be? Where's that going to happen?
there's right here and right there, right?
Okay.
And then those two are right, the two black boxes side by side.
Okay.
Huh? The O-rings on it with a seal pick? Okay. Get the one that's kind of got the goofy pick, you know? Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to do that, walk back just a little bit and let me start rolling. Okay, wait, let me get over here. Where are you going to go, right here?
He's gonna come up right there.
Okay. Let me get you set up here.
Let me get set up.
Just open it and close it again. Let me just see where you're going.
Rex, let me move that bucket out of the way so you don't get all oil.
Okay. Okay, walk back this way just a little bit. Okay, stop. Just freeze right there. Go ahead and go. Okay, stop. Okay, and Charlie, you be looking on. Charlie? Okay, go ahead.
They've been pretty nice. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, everything's marked.
Okay, back up just so that close it up. Now what are you gonna do?
Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check to see if the rotator.
Okay. Good job. Thank you. wait to meet your wife. At least I know about
Oh,
some.
no, she's already gone. She's here and then she's gone.
Yeah. Lucky man.
Well, I was going to come in and work.
All right, today we're taking a test on chapter number 3. That you are using a number 7 pencil on your Scantron sheets. You may write on the test booklet, and you will be getting it back when the test is concluded. Okay? All right, since we are at 9:30, we're going to begin as soon as you get your exam. Please keep your answer sheets discreetly in front of you. If you're wearing a billed hat, either off or put the bill to the rear, please. Thank you. Just get your I am rolling, so anytime.
All right, guys, we are talking about the Constitution. We were talking about the Constitution. Now we're going to be talking about the first branch of the government, Congress. But the thing I want to ask you guys, and this is honestly the truth here, is who represents you in Congress?
Let's say the House of Representatives.
House of Representatives and the Senate, but who represents you? In other words, let me ask this a better question. I really don't want to sound mean here, but why is it that the majority of Congress, both House of Representatives, is now, it seems like, a rich man, white man's club? Why is that?
The only ones that are awarded.
Thank you. That's what I'm looking for, guys. That's exactly what I'm looking for. If you have money, it seems like you can run very easily for Congress, for the presidency. You don't realize how much money it takes to actually run for office. It's scary. It's terrifying. I thought about running one time. Then I realized how much it took. And I'm sitting there going, no, I like my savings. I am not going to do it. But
repay them in some way
how will they repay them?
by voting to their favor.
Oh, hence the lobbyists and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Ah. So,
My bank got scratched yours. That's what
okay. So if they are getting money from somebody, in turn, they're going to start looking more at that person and voting that way. Now, is that your representation?
No.
Ah.
And their votes for sale up to the highest bidder.
Unfortunately, I think so. Not as much as they used to be. With the lawsuit against them, they've lost a lot of power, a lot of credibility.
Oil and natural gas.
Oil and natural gas is powerful. What about people who are retired? AARP. Are they very powerful? Yes. Yes, okay, because here's the thing. They're populous, they vote. And see what's happening here? These politicians, both in the House, generally will listen to you, but do they really have to adhere to what you say? No, why not?
You're not a voice.
You're not a voice. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. You're not a voice. Now you're starting to see the importance of voting. Now you're starting to see the importance of how people who are actually there to represent representatives. They're there to represent you. My thing is, make them represent you. It's a scary reality, but until things start changing, until people start actually voting as a whole, they're not going to listen. I, as a politician, if I was a politician, to be honest with you, I wouldn't listen to you if I knew for a fact you didn't take the time to vote. To the money that's being changed around here, it's a godly amount of money. And like I said, a lot of it is donated. There's a lot of politicians who want to change and regulate how much is really given to politicians who are running. But the sad fact of it is, like you said, and I agree with you, I'm going to start this film, and again, like I said, after the film, we'll talk about your test. All right? Can you hear it? I apologize for the screen.
I am rolling.
All right, guys. Well, the other day when we finished talking about the five civilized tribes moving to Indian territory, and we talked about how they reestablished their government. Now we need to talk about the missionaries and the people of faith who were there to help them. Now, what did Congress do? What did Congress do to help start this, initiate this? Scott?
Well, I believe that they sent the missionaries there and they passed a treaty with the Indians.
Okay, good. I like that. That's good enough. They appropriated money, Congress did, at least $10,000, and they sometimes label it to Christianize. Now, in this aspect, what happens a lot of times, especially with the Native Americans and the five civilized tribes, when they so-called Christianize, and I don't like that term, what were they doing to them? Americanizing. See, that's the proper term. I think they should use it as to Americanize. But when they were labeling the aspect of Christianize, they're getting it from the Spanish explorers who were coming there in the previous chapters. They were trying to think basic home skills and other aspects. Because remember, a lot of the tribes themselves were not farmers. When you're very nomadic, are you a farmer? What do you do when you're nomadic?
You hunt.
You hunt. You move around. And this is the problem. This is a problem a lot of the tribes are going to have when they move to Indian territory. They are not able to change. They're not able to change all because here's what it is. Their economy is based on substance rather than profit. And when they're being Americanized, they're being taught to make a profit off the land. If you're nomadic, if you're a hunter and gatherer in a sense, you will always have this problem. Even with the Plains Indians later on with westward expansion, this is a major problem they have with this. They always look at profit. I mean substance rather than profit. What do I mean by that?
Hello, this is Rex.
Hello? What do I mean by that? What do you mean by substance rather than profit?
What you get out of it rather than
What you get out of it? Now, another thing is too, if I have more than my share and you're starving, what am I going to do? Especially if you're part of the tribe.
you'll help them out.
Yeah. You give. You share. This is the thing that they kind of live with. Now stop for a minute. Isn't that kind of Christianized? If you think about it, it is. So aren't they already Christianized in the sense of what they're doing? But when we Americanize them, now what happens later on, you'll see this, when they do have a substance, an overabundance of their substance, what do? I'll sell it to you. Profit. It's going to be a problem you're going to see later on, especially when oil is found in the area, especially when the trains start coming into the area and they realize that the trains need coal. Hey, let's sell it to them. Is United Foreign Missionary Society, the principal group that lobbied for the legislation to do this missionary work in the Indian Territory. The United Foreign Missionary Society was created July 25th, 1817 in New York City by representatives of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church. All right? Its purpose was to spread the gospel among the Indians in the new territory. Now, this is not a problem because the thing is, a lot of them, remember Butler, Worcester, they already established themselves with a lot of the tribes, and they moved with them even during the Trail of Tears. Some of them are already there, and they are genuinely concerned about the...
Okay, we're rolling.
All right, now for the editor that's going to edit this, I need you to say your name and how to spell it.
Okay, my name is Lauren Porter, Lauren Porter.
Okay, and where are you from, Lauren?
Okmulgee, Oklahoma.
And what's your major right now?
Right now I'm getting my associate's degree in pre-ed secondary.
Okay. How do you find out about OSU Okmulgee?
Well, since I live here, I kind of know about it because I've been here and it's around here, and my dad also works here, so that also helped me. So it's like, well, you can take some classes out there, and so I was like, oh, okay.
So now that you're taking, is this your first year to take them?
This is my first real year, but I've been taking concurrent since I was a senior. Going into my senior year, I started taking some classes.
So now that you're out here, what do you think about the teachers, the classes, the school?
Actually, I like it a lot because the classes are not too big, but they're, not really, really small, and I feel like the level is at a pretty good college level because a lot of people think it's easy or it's going to be really easy, but it's not. I'm actually learning and having to go through it and work and put some effort into it.
And then what kind of scholarship are you on? Are you on a scholarship?
Yes.
You just don't want to talk about it? Because you're like the parent scholarship or something?
Yeah, I think I might.
Okay, you don't have to tell it.
Okay.
She's on a secret scholarship.
Cut.
No, we'll cut. But tell me how scholarship helps you. You've got a scholarship. How does it help you in terms of what you're doing?
It's allowing me to go ahead and take all my classes and not...
Start again, but say the scholarship.
Oh,
the scholarship.
sorry.
It's okay.
My scholarship is allowing me to take my classes and not have to, worry about paying for it or be in a lot of stress because I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. It's allowing me to keep furthering my education more.
And then what's your career goal?
I'd like to apply to the OU Schusterman Center and get into the radiography program. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So if you get in a radiography program, then your career goal is to be a what?
I'd kind of like to specialize in mammography in that field right now.
And to be real famous and make a lot of money?
No, just, help a lot of people and try and do some good.
So really you're choosing your career goals based on kind of an ethical decision of wanting to be of service and help?
Yes.
Okay. You see what happens when you ask a yes or no question?
Yeah. You didn't lead that very well, but that's okay. I do the same thing.
Oh, well, I guess one other thing is on campus, have you made any friends? Do you feel like the students are friendly?
But yeah, the students are pretty friendly. I met a lot of new people since I've been here, and everybody's really nice.
Good. All right. How'd the audio sound?
Sounded good.
Okay, you can shut it off.
Okay.
Sending a letter to someone, okay, same thing. One other thing that's real important with respect to as we speed up the from 10 megabits to 100 to a gigabit is that we have a signal quality error right here. How good is the quality of our signal when we're sending it out on the internet, on the wire right here? And so Cisco calls it the heartbeat. The heartbeat? The heartbeat, yeah, that's kind of interesting, the heartbeat. One thing I'd like to ask you all though, they're using it in this chapter. I don't remember it being used anywhere else, but maybe it was, and I forgot in the other chapters. Half duplex and full duplex. what are they talking about there? No, how good is our signal right here? It's always referenced to half duplex. Okay? In other words, it can be used, but it typically is not used, not required, and you don't usually see that term with respect to full duplex. So, John, you got the answer.
Half duplex is where they can travel in both directions, but only one direction at a time.
Okay, so it goes in both directions, but it's only one at a time. So if I'm talking on the phone with you, John, and we're connected together, you and I are connected together, so our voices go back and forth. I'm speaking, you're listening, and then when you begin to speak, I shut up, and then I listen to you, and then we go back and forth. So that's half duplex. If he and I are carrying on a conversation on the phone remotely. And then full duplex is what? What do they say?
Where you can transmit signals in both directions simultaneously.
Both directions simultaneously. So he's talking on the phone, I'm talking on the phone. Hopefully we're both hearing what what we're talking about. Beg your pardon?
Hearing what the other person's saying?
And while you're speaking at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Wikipedia,
Yeah.
it gives the half duplex as an example of the walkie-talkie.
Okay, good, excellent.
The full duplex is a telephone.
You guys, have you guys used the walkie-talkie? I thought that was too old-fashioned and show my age, over 20. I'm just a little over 20, and so you guys use walkie-talkies though, right? Yeah, 21-ish, that sort of stuff. Nathan's older than me. No, I'm just kidding, Nathan.
Those walkie-talkies as we
So you guys, okay, all right. Good. Thank you. Okay, so with respect to signal, it's always talking about half. Maybe it'll be talking about full, but more than likely it's not. Okay. Okay, so here's the Manchester. Give you some new names right here. And what they're referencing over here to the far right here is the little purple right here. It's the falling edge is what they key on. So if you go from a high level and you drop down to a low level, that's a digital 0. If you, though, are at a low level and you rise up, then that's a digital 1. Okay? So for 10 megabit, they use the falling and the rising edge. Okay? When we're up to a faster speed, and the level, if it's a level up here, it would be a 1. And if it falls down and it stays at a level that's ground, it would be a digital 0. So for the faster speeds, we'll be talking about levels. Okay, but in here, for the 10 megabits, we're using the rising, the falling edge. Okay, so what rises from a low, have on that, by chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I see that they've got 2 zeros next to each other, but they both have to go up before they go down each time. And I see the 2 1s, and they both have to go back down to go make a rise. So.
Where are we on this one, or are we over here? Which side are we on? Left?
Right.
Right, okay. Here? Is that where we're at?
No, there's 2 4.
Okay, well, I just, right here?
Yeah.
So here to here is which one? This one right here you're talking about, or?
It's not actually like a single line. It's
not like a single cycle.
Wouldn't it be 0 if it just stayed on the bottom the whole way?
If it falls, if it goes from a high and drops down, then that'll be a 0. And if it stays that way for a long time, it'll continue being a 0.
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because right there, it goes back up.
Yeah.
That's.
I don't have a problem with that at all. So, in other words, it doesn't change state until you have a change. And if it goes at a 0, and it stays at a 0, 10 or 15 or 20 of these cycles right here, then it pops back up, and then we got a 1. Until then, it's going to be remaining as a 0. That is correct. Up here? I'm not sure what keep asking.
It said it stays
different values. Can you buy over here and take a look at this and see what's going on here with respect to that? Does it make sense over here to the purple lines? Okay, with maybe this bottom row right here.
Bottom row. The one right above the green. Makes sense for the
1, 0, 1, 0,
Yeah.
1.
The,
What you're saying right here?
the where it starts on the zeros going forward, like it looks.
Right here, 0.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a drop here you're saying?
There's 0, there's 1, 0, 0, and then it should be flat. All those two zeros right there.
Current, and what does it mean by a super slider? Well, remember on the
Rex
previous
speaking.
slide that we have a
Yes,
frame
sweetie.
format, and I think Randy was talking about the frame. You have a beginning and you have an end.
That's in my bin.
So you have to
Alice
have
put it in there
some sort of
somewhere.
starting and then some way to say, hey, I'm through looking at this
I'm
frame.
gonna look there and see if you can find it.
And that is a
Call me back if you can.
It does a signal that keeps track. Okay. In the previous 2 slides ago, they were talking about the heart. What else? In base 5, that's a thick net that you're talking about. And two main advantages is inexpensive. So depends on your point of view, which applies to the other stuff. And very little configuration or no configuration, which is great. And there it is. This is where we get the bus concept right here. In other words, we're tying all computers together on one common bus. Okay, there's another common bus right there. So it's just like a piping. We're just piping from one point to another. It's all tied together. Four boxes. Supported network device. And that one is thin net. Thin base 2. The previous slide was thin base 5. This is thin base 2. Almost the same concept, except the cable was smaller and easier to work with. It looks very similar to your television cable. Okay, it's about the same thing. So easy to work with. And all you're doing is just tying in a bus again, the same network devices. So it's not too bad. Things that you had to be concerned with, you had to terminate it with a